What's up, everyone? This is Derek here, and welcome to your daily dose of PUBG Mobile. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Chinese version of PUBG Mobile, currently at 0.6.1, and I'll actually be showing you my first game on this version. And the global version is currently at 0.4.0, which is 2 updates behind this one. So I'll definitely be highlighting some of the differences between the global version and this one. I do apologize for the video quality. This was actually running at 60 frames per second, and it was buttery smooth on my S9 Plus. However, the built-in video recording software, it just doesn't translate, doesn't do as good of a job. So this looks to be about 15 FPS or so, and it's still blocky occasionally, which is unfortunate. I'm going to be recording future games of this version with DU recorder. I'll see if that's any better, and then if we get monetized, I will hopefully get a capture card, so that way we can have buttery smooth 60 FPS video for you guys to enjoy too. Whoa, that is a different sound. That's a different countdown sound, that's for sure. But this map does look the same. And the reason I'm in third person and not first person, don't worry, I will be playing first person. However, this is a brand new account, level 1, and on the Chinese version of the game, one of the first differences is that you actually can't customize your controls, where the buttons go, until you're level 3, which will hopefully be after one game, assuming you do reasonably well. But at level 1, they want you to play with the default button configuration. I am in button configuration 1, which is the fixed fire button, and yeah, that's going to be a little weird because I usually play with the L1, R1 triggers, as you know, so having the fire button where I usually have jump is going to be interesting. So you can see here that we are floating away from the plane's flight path. This is mostly because I know that I am not used to this interface, and I also cannot read any of these tooltips. So I figure let me go somewhere fairly safe to get the initial weapons, and that way we can hopefully engage after we have some gear and not right away where I am more likely to get owned. So I was initially planning on going to the compound near prison. However, I'm rethinking that slightly because there's no one behind me. So I figure let me just go to this grouping of houses, these little one stories here, see if we can get some decent stuff, and then go from there. So like I said, the biggest difference right off the bat is how smooth this is, and unfortunately it's not translating here into the video, but know that this was running at very close to 60 FPS if it wasn't 60 FPS, and that is so much smoother than the global version. The next difference is that you actually have a dedicated pistol slot in 0.6.1, which means that your other weapons are going to occupy your primary and secondary slots, which is why when I pick up the revolver, I actually drop that P92. So I think we're going to go back and grab the P92 just because with the extended magazine, we have 15 rounds in it. And with a silencer, that's a pretty good combination. Now, for arcade mode, I'd imagine it's different because for pistols only, it wouldn't make very much sense to only have one pistol. But in this mode, at least, it's interesting because although you have a separate pistol slot, it doesn't show up as that right now, but you're only allowed to carry one pistol in my testing at least. So you can see here that there is a tooltip that probably says something to the effect of that, which I can't read. You'll see once I pick up another weapon, a normal weapon like an Uzi or an UMP or something like that, then that will replace the pistol, and the pistol will go back to its dedicated pistol slot, which you'll see is above the secondary weapon slot. So we're going to go ahead and we'll start taking a look at some of these houses, see what we can loot in here. We've got some grips. We've got a red dot. That's always a good thing. First aid kit. Not too bad either. I opened the door by accident. As you can see, whoa, a military vest level 3. Okay, that is a good find there. We've got some painkillers. We got some more painkillers. This is a good house, actually. This has some interesting stuff in it. And you can see the glass, so that is another, and I open the door again, hopefully I can get to level 3 in one game, that way I can actually customize my controls because I am not used to this. So notice that the windows have glass in them. They didn't in the one story just because those one story windows don't have glass, but they're supposed to be open, but these ones have glass, which means that they are more difficult to see through, and as soon as you shoot, if you vault through them, you'll make a noise, and if you shoot through them, you'll make a noise too. So you can see that this is a very, very different experience. This was added on 0.6.1, and like I said, right now it is Chinese only, and it's going to be coming to global fairly soon, I'd imagine, though. Probably if there's someone. Now that is a bot, I believe. Looks like a bot. Yeah, so I am too close to the window. That is why I can't shoot through it. That is another difference because you can see once I take some shots through the window glass breaks. So normally with the global version, if you don't have a window there, you can see the window broke again when I shot through that one. With the global version, you can actually point your weapon through the windows because they're open. So I wasn't used to that. You actually have to stand back a little bit from the window if you want to shoot through it because you need to be able to get your gun in front of it. So I'm going to take a couple more shots at this guy. I am not the best with this aim just because, and there's another guy here. So this is something I know, and this guy's actually killing the first bot, so I'm not sure what the heck he is doing. That is rather odd. So I am not sure if, I'm actually pretty sure that they were both bots. It seems like in the Chinese version that bots, at least, I'm playing squads as a solo, and it seems like the bots spawn in pairs. You'll notice this as we go through the game too, that most of my engagements this game are with two people at the same time. So I'm thinking, and it looks like one bot killed the other one because I only got one kill for that. So we'll go ahead, and now you can see we have some decent weapons. We got an M4 off of the one guy, we got an M16 off of the other one, and a decent amount of ammo. So yeah, we'll definitely, I think I'll jump to where my next engagement is now, and then we'll kind of just jump around to the highlights just so you're not watching a 30-minute video. However, it's interesting. This house too, you can see, I'm just checking my attachments there. I see I do not have much yet, but you know, we'll fix that. We'll fix that through killing some more people and getting some more stuff. So, and you can see I'm just firing randomly. That is unfortunate. And again, that is because I am not used to where these fire buttons are. So you can see I vaulted through the window there, and I did make quite the noise doing it, which obviously, you know, doesn't make it as easy. Normally in the global version, at least right now, it makes a lot more sense to vault versus opening doors because it's a lot quieter. But here, you're making a lot of noise when you jump through those windows. There's tactical stop for the 4, so that's good, M4. And yeah, let's jump to where there's some more action, and I'll explain the differences and stuff. And as you can see here again, we have two people. You can see the first person right there, the second person off 11 o'clock or so. And you can tell these are bots because one, they're not doing a lot of damage, and number two, they kind of just stand there and die fairly easily. However, they're good for ammo, so we'll take it. You know, why not? We'll go ahead and loot this other guy, see if he had anything. It's always good to get more ammunition, get some accessories, and yeah, I got some more 5.56 there. Won't complain. But as you can see there, again, you had two bots that spawned in together, it looked like, and they both fired at around the same time and didn't really do much. But it was fun. It was a fun early engagement, and I don't mind because, well, you know, like I said, I don't have the control scheme that I like at all. So, you know, it's always beneficial when you have those early bot kills. So we're going to jump on a motorcycle now. This drives very similar to the global version in that I do not recommend driving the motorcycle because it is a death trap usually. It is fun though. It is fun to drive. I think we're going to go for this UAZ though, or no, it's a Dacia. I think we're going to go for the Dacia instead though, just because it is more armored and it is a little easier to control. So we're pretty far away from the circle. Circle is coming in. We've got about 1,100 meters to go. So let's go ahead and get into that circle so we don't take damage unnecessarily. Here we go. It looks like it's closing over school almost. Kind of. So let's just go ahead and drive and see what we can find. I haven't really seen anyone at this point yet. Now this is an early game, so I'd imagine that there are majority bots, probably only 20 to 25 real people in this game. So that means we should have some more bot kills to get later on. Nothing crazy yet. I said the graphics are so smooth. It's unfortunate that you're not seeing that on this video, but like I said, I'll definitely improve that in future videos so you can see the full 60 FPS because it is so nice. And it's just incredible, honestly, that you can run this on a phone and it runs this well at 60 FPS. All right, whoa, we're going on two wheels there. We're gonna do a little bunny hop. Another hop there. We're in the zone, so maybe I set up here. This looks like a decent enough house. I think I can kind of head over here. I'm still missing some stuff. I'm still missing attachments and scopes. So I'm thinking maybe we can get some of those here and potentially, you know, be set up a little bit better for the mid to late game. We got M16 and another one. So I will use that trick of swapping M16s. That way I get the ammo from that one, get an extra 30 rounds. There's a vertical foregrip, so I must have one already on the M4, or that was a horizontal, or that was a angle foregrip rather. I think I have a vertical on there already though. You can see I am realizing that I still have no scope, unfortunately. So maybe we'll explore. Yeah, I have an angled on there right now. Oh, and we're shooting again. You know, just hitting that button. Yep. So I'm going to let you enjoy the wonderful sounds of the bombing, because it's a lot scarier, honestly, than the global version, because you can actually hear the shells coming in. So here comes the bombing plane. Here come the bombs. There's someone outside too. Two people outside. Two bots again? Quite possibly. They're shooting at each other though, which is weird. So, when in doubt with an M4, all you have to do is point in the general direction and push the fire button. So, I don't know. Those are, again, I think they're bots that they spawn together and then they try to kill each other. So I'm not entirely sure what happens there, but I'm pretty sure those are bots too. So a little odd, but yeah, they are what they are. So this guy, and I'm pretty sure it's a bot too, because he doesn't go inside the building and he just walks around the perimeter of it. So that's a pretty characteristic bot behavior. If you have someone who, I said, like, never enters the building, even though they know someone's in there, or never throws a grenade or does something like that you would expect a person to do, well, it's probably a bot. So the bot is hiding behind the wall now. There he goes. Now he's resuming his run around the building. And you can see, still a little tricky for me to shoot through the windows, because you can't aim through them until the glass is broken or you're standing further back, which is interesting. So at this point I know it's a bot, so I figure maybe just let it live for a little bit. Although it always gets annoying listening to the footsteps, because it's a pretty good indicator when someone else is coming up on your position, because the bot's going to start attacking them and then you can see where they are and then attack the real person. So I'm kind of getting annoyed at the sound of the footsteps at this point, so I think we're just going to go ahead and take the bot out and move on with our game. So there he is. He's moving around that way. There he is. And you can see, because it's a bot, he really doesn't do a lot of damage. If that was a real person, obviously I would have taken a ton more damage. Had a level 3 helmet and a 2x scope though, so hey, I don't mind. And some more 5.56, so we'll grab that too. So these bots are very good for, wow, look at that, extended magazine, compensator, another military vest, although I already have an undamaged one, so no need for that. But wow, you know, these bots are kind of just like personal item delivery service bots. Gonna take another random shot just because I'm hitting the wrong button. And I think now you can see the M4 is fully decked out, so that's pretty sweet. We've got 2x on it. We've got a compensator, extended, a grip, and a stock. So that one is basically in face melting mode. All you have to do is point in the general direction and press down on the button and the people die. Which just shows just how powerful the M4 is in this game when it is fully kitted out. Now we're gonna have to move into the next zone because, well, once again, we are closing in just about 20 seconds. So I figure might as well just get a head start and go ahead now. So, oh, there's somebody firing. I'm looking around for him. I don't see him right away. If you spot him there in the video, definitely let me know. Is he behind that rock there? I'm not sure. There's another guy off to my right, actually, I didn't see. There's another guy behind the tree off to the right there before. So I think what we're going to do, though, is that looks like could potentially be a real person. So we're going to spin around here. We're going to get the high ground, and then we're going to try to snipe him because now we have that 2x scope. So this is always a very viable strategy. If you see somebody, but you don't really want to engage them there, what you can do instead is just go a little distance away, get some height, pop out of the vehicle, and then set up to ambush the guys when they have to run in. Because you can see the zone is starting to close, and you can also see the zone. I'm not even in the zone yet. So whoever is out that way is going to have to run this way in order to get to the zone. So unless they have a vehicle too, they're going to be running this direction. And there's one of them. So knocked him out. Now this could have been a real person. I'm thinking much more likely that this guy would be a real person, especially because I don't think I see anyone else out that way. I think it was just that one guy taking pot shots. So might take a look around, see if we can find anyone else. Go out here because I'm pretty sure it's safe. I didn't really see anyone else yet. But the zone is still closing in, so I'm going to have to get going because otherwise I'm going to get caught by it too. So let's go ahead and we'll end up moving again. So you can see this is a game where I didn't really have the zone, at least not yet. So it just means that you have to move around. And there's another person behind me. Another person taking some shots. Doing a little bit of damage to the car, but not too much. So I'm not sure if that's a real person or not. It's kind of tricky to tell, especially when you're just driving through. So let's see. Oh, there's a UAZ outside that house that looks rather suspicious. So once again, I know the zone is closing in. So the guy was over there, and there he is. So I'm pretty sure this is a real person. And yeah, gonna take him out. So perfect. Get that 7th kill. And I am a little worried because I do see that UAZ there. It is parked on a road. But it also could be parked in a way that somebody would have backed it up to that house and then was camping in the house. So I think at the time when I first saw it, I was like, oh, there's got to be someone in there. Now I'm thinking that it might just be how it spawned on the road. But, you know, a little wary, definitely. Just definitely going to keep my eye down that way, make sure no one ambushes me. You can see I am, once again, 1,000 meters outside the zone, so we're going to have to move a lot to get into the next one. But I think for now, at least, we are going to take up this position and see if anyone else is coming around, if there's anyone else at school maybe, or anyone else down there. We might be able to take them out. So I'm still worried, a little bit paranoid about that house, just because where I am, I'm pretty visible if there was someone in the 2nd story there shooting out. I do have full level 3 right now, which is good. I think I'm going to keep my boost up. This is always a good idea, honestly, if you have some downtime. Especially, I mean, I still have 4 more painkillers, so I mean, it's not like I'm going to run out of boost anytime soon. So even though I'm healed up, it does give me that movement speed advantage. And then that way, if I did get into a firefight or I had to run around, I'm already boosted and I don't have to worry about doing it later. So do I see anybody there? Not sure if I saw anyone or... yeah, there he is. Okay, so there's another guy here. And there's another guy behind him. So these are probably 2 bots that spawn. Because you can see the other guy on the right side of that tree further down the hill. Just going to reload. I know he's going to be coming up here, and I'm pretty sure he's a bot. So I'm not too worried about him, honestly. He's just a few seconds behind the arrow one. There he is. So he pops up. We're going to do the same thing. Take that guy out. Now we're up to 9. And yeah, not too bad. We're down to, what is it, 15 people left. So... I think I'm going to go ahead, loot these bots. I got 4x scope and another 2x. That is pretty sweet. We've got an extended quick draw and a suppressor for one of them. So we could probably set up our own taking shots at the hill. Oops. We could probably set up our own little sniper almost with the M16 on single shot with the 4x and the suppressor. Or you could just put the suppressor on the 4.16. Although I already have a compensator on that. And I really do prefer the compensator for that automatic burst fire. You know, so when you're shooting an M4 in automatic mode, especially when you already have the grip, the stock, and the compensator, it is like a laser beam. So I really don't want to give up that. So I think I'll just use the M16 in single shot for the my sniping weapon. So you can see the zone is closing in again. Like I said, I was going to only show you the highlights, but it's pretty exciting. And I do want to show you gameplay from this. So I think we're just going to keep going. And then if something really boring, if we get to a boring part, then I will have to cut it out. So you can see it took a little bit of damage from the zone, not too much. And because I am boosted from that earlier boost, I'm going to heal that damage very quickly. And it's already healed. So I think we'll drive again. I am a fan of using vehicles, especially at this point in the game. Just because A, you can run people over with them really easily, and B, they're just the easiest way to get around, get to the circle, especially if you're always 1,000 meters outside it. So you're gonna start going this way. Here's whoa, we're on the side, and recovery. I hear suppressed shots off to my right, so I know there's someone suppressed out that way. Considering taking him out, considering just following the shots, just looking around right now. I don't see him yet. So here is the next zone already. We're in it. So maybe we should find a area to, oh, there's a guy. There's a real guy. There was a real guy. So like I said, that is why I like a vehicle. It is, especially when the vehicle just pops up or comes up on you like that, it is very difficult to get out of the way, honestly. So now I think we're set up in this next circle. We are almost out of gas, which I didn't notice at the time, but that's going to come into play later. And yeah, I think we're going to just camp out here a little bit, see if we can get some shots with that 4x scope, and see how we do. So I think we'll be back as soon as there is some exciting action, because now I end up just sitting around a little bit and waiting for the zone to come in. All right, so we've got the 4x out now, suppressed, and there's a guy. That is a real guy running around, and he got knocked out super fast. So you can see him shooting over him a little bit. I'm a little obstructed by the foliage there. Get the kill. 11 kills up, and that M16, not going to be giving away my position, although if people were listening for the broken glass, you could definitely tell it that way. So again, I know people hate camping in this game, but honestly, if the choice is either to be in the second story of a house and be shooting at the people running across the field, or be one of the people running across the field, well, it really just doesn't make sense to be exposed, especially if you're in the circle. So there's another guy I noticed right away who is running that way. See if we can get a couple shots in on him. And because it's suppressed, it's very, very difficult. He's running now the arrow way. So these are probably real people, because we're back to the circle, one of the final circles now. Only 5 people left. We're up to 12 kills now. Just taking out those people. And like I said, I mean, it makes sense. Like you say, all right, well, you have an M4 that's decked out. You have full level 3 gear, ton of boosts and stuff. Why don't you just go Rambo and just run in there? And it's fine. You can do that, but especially if you don't know where people are, if you're trying to win, it's just not a great strategy generally. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to win because I want as many rank or level ups as possible from this game, so then I can customize my controls. That's the main reason I'm trying to do well here. And at this point, like I said, there's only 5 other people left. They're probably all real people, I'd imagine, because the bots generally don't make it this far in the game. And yeah, there's a airdrop, supply drop that landed out that way. But until the circle starts to close, I think we're just going to kind of stay put and see what happens. All right, so now we have to move because the next circle is not here. And unfortunately, I left the car running because it is out of gas. Now, tell me why this happened. This is probably exclusive to the Chinese version because it did have gas in it, a little bit left when I left it there. So I was a little confused, honestly, why it ran out. But I'm like, all right, well, now I'm going to have to actually run around and see how we do. So here, shots off to my, taking a couple shots there. And it looks like the guy, there he is. So he's over that way. I'm going to take a couple shots back at him with the M4. I'm pretty exposed, taking damage from the zone. A little worried about being exposed to the other people who are left. So I think I'm going to take shelter behind this abandoned ice cream truck or whatever that is. I hear somebody shooting, probably taking my kill, taking the guy who I knocked. I don't mind at this point. I'm just going to heal up. I think I will fully boost up. hear a couple more shots out that way, so I definitely want to get in on the action. However, I'm also don't want to just expose myself, so I'm going to take a look around that way, take a look around this way, see if we can find one of those guys, see if we can pick them off. And so we got the weapons. We're running fairly low on ammo, though, so I'm a little worried about that, too, because I only have 11 rounds left other than the 40 in each of the guns. So I'm going to crouch here, see what we can see. I know I want to make my way. Where is that guy? He's over there somewhere. I don't see a flash from his weapon, so it's a little tough to figure that out. I know I want to go to that red truck because that's in the next zone and will give me good cover, much better than just hiding in a bush. So I know that's where I want to work my way to. I think I'm going to grenade that truck just in case anyone is there. So I'll take a look there and see how we do. Doesn't hurt throwing a grenade. And that guy, I don't think he died to the grenade. I think he just died because he bled out. But I like to think that it was the grenade. It wasn't the grenade, but I like to pretend it was. But if anyone was out there, I have enough grenades. I still have 2 left. That I don't think it was a bad idea. Oh, we're taking damage from that way. So let's see if we can see. There he is. He makes himself known. He's going to unload first on the M4. And that's it. That was the last guy. So, yeah. That's pretty fun. That was my first game on the Chinese server. You can see I was level 1, and we got the triple S. The only thing we missed out on really was support, which is what you get from healing. So if I had purposely taken a little bit more damage there, that would have been how I would have done better there, but I don't care. Most of these are bot kills, so don't think this is too impressive. But, 14 kill first game is fun. So let's see how well I ranked up, and hopefully we are over 3 so I can customize, and we are up to 5. Well, actually I looked it up that it's 5, but I didn't know at this point. I was just like, oh, that's cool, rank up. But we got to 5, so that is pretty cool in one game. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will definitely put out some more gameplay footage from 0.6.1. Hopefully the video quality will be better in future videos so that you can see that 60 FPS, because it is super fun to play on that. If you enjoyed the video, definitely give it a thumbs up to help grow the channel, and consider subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content. My name's Derek G, and I hope to see you on the battlefield soon or in the Discord server.